Welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix General 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Good, so this session we want to continue with what we left off with in the last session, figure out what we can do to avoid crashing on resolution change in-game. Okay, so how about we try to figure out what exactly is exploding here. Okay, so the control bar has been deleted. Yeah. But the game window manager still has a reference to something that was deleted. Okay, and what is that? Push button. Push button image draw one. Okay, what is that? P data. What is dangling here? The window. The window is dangling? It looks okay. Use of deallocated memory. What is dangling? I don't understand. Push button data. Push button data. What is this? Push button data. Okay. So this push button, this guy. Okay, so this guy is garbage. Yeah. Okay. This guy is garbage. Push button. User data. So who can delete this guy? What is this? User data. User data. Who can delete this? Oh. It is set here to something. I see. Win set user data. Okay, so who is setting this? Let me see. Yeah. Set portrait by object. Yeah. Let's go in there. Set portrait by object null. Null. Set. So what happens if we set it with null? What is that? Oh, it's a recursive call. What? What? What is that? Why is this a recursive call? What? Aha. Okay, and then in here it will do this one. Get your push button data, P data, and win set user data. Okay. Okay, and this guy doesn't know when it is invalidated. What? What is this? G win get user data and then set user data. Huh? push button data. Yeah, this is what happens when you don't use reference counted objects. Okay, so it allocates this guy here and but it looks like it's only owned by this guy. Ah, no, he's another one. Overlay image. No. Okay, but to me it looks like that this is the only owner of what we have allocated here, right? So okay, I still don't understand the problem. Something is deleted. But what exactly? I don't know yet. Draw window. What is this window? Is this window healthy? Who knows? Maybe this window is... maybe this window needs to be cleared as well. Could that be? Where does this window exist? Where is this? In-game... in-game UI. Maybe this needs to be recreated as well. That could be, right? The window manager... Yeah, maybe we need to recreate the in-game UI. Yeah. How is this created, this in-game UI? It has an init function. Where does this exist, this guy? Maybe here. What function is this? Game client init. Initialize resources for the game client. Okay, but this is something that is called on engine load, right? This is nothing that's called on... Okay, let's search for the in-game UI. What is being done to it? If we can get a handle on it. It's quite a lot. Okay, well, that's not helpful. Reset. Need to reset the game client for a new game. Reset. Clear drawables before they are destroyed. Reset. In-game UI. Control bar resets. Tactical view. Reset in-game shit. Stop moving. Free message resource. Super weapon list. There's quite a lot of resets here. Okay, so this concerns the in-game UI draw. So to me, it looks like we need to do something with the in-game UI. It needs some resetting or some refresh, recreation. I don't know. There's a reset. Initialize. I do wonder. I mean, what we can do is we can test what happens if we call reset on it, right? Just to test a bit the waters. Oh, but it says recreate control bar. Maybe we need to recreate some more stuff. What is this part of that is crashing here? What is that? It's yeah, what is this? This window. This window is, where's this coming from? WinRe paint. Window. Game window manager. Draw. Ah, the window manager. The window manager. Maybe that one needs to be reset as well. Yeah, maybe. Hard to say. Oof. I'm not sure. WinRe paints. Yeah, so it seems that some windows have now dangling pointers to something that was deleted by the control bar. Because the control bar initially created it, but it also destroyed it. But then why? Okay, we need to get a better understanding of what it is it creates, and yeah, let's get back here. This guy. So get new push button data. So p data and then set user data. But this means that this window owns that thing, no? This game window owns this. Or does anything else own this shit? P. Maybe it registers somewhere on construction? No, it's just POD. Okay, that is interesting. Not really. Yeah, I don't know why set portrait by object, switch to context. So, okay, let's have a look at the destructor of control bar. What does it destroy there that is window related? How about that? Okay, destroy some windows here. Yeah, science layout. Yeah, animate window manager. It destroys quite a bit. Command sets. Command buttons. Buttons, yeah. Okay. It is a bit. Yeah. It is a bit. I don't quite understand what this thing is, that it has multiple owners. It must mean that it has multiple owners, right? So this one, it returns a new object. And then what does it do with it? It sets it as user data into this game window. That's it. And then this guy just owns it. So why would there be a problem? Why would it ever dangle? Let me see. Dump window. Where does it delete that thing? I'm surprised that on the destructor, it is not deleting the user data. Win get user data. To me, it indicates that we're just passing something as a user data, but the window doesn't own this user data. But it's contradictory to what this code says here, because this looks as if it owns it. Here, let me see other callers of this win set user data. Let me see. So here we have tap data. It looks like it takes ownership, right? So we allocate it here, and then we pass it. So this one owns it. So same here. It's owner. Then why would it dangle then? I don't understand. I'm a bit surprised about this. Also, why is it never deleting this user data when the game window destroys? What is this? Is it leaking? What are we missing here? That's weird. This user data. It's deleting input data, but it's not deleting user data. Huh. Huh. I don't understand. I don't understand. Get user data. Set user data. It's owning it. Maybe it's deleted somewhere else on get user data and then delete it. Ah, that could be, right? Someone is deleting it externally, but it makes it more error prone. Let's see who is calling get user data. Oof. Yeah, here, see? Delete. There we go. Aha. Oof. 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 Huh. Huh. I see. And the problem is when we do that, ha, ha. Okay, I see a problem. Oh my gosh. The sad thing here is that it leaves a dangling pointer. It just deletes it, but it doesn't set it to null, right? Oof. That's sad. That's really sad, yeah. Oof. It does here at some places. Okay. So that's the intention. Delete and then set it to null. Okay. Then how about we do this on all the different places? So for example, here we are missing something like that. So let's do that. There we go. That's really stupid, isn't it? That's really goddamn stupid. Yeah. That's really stupid. Oh boy. But okay. Don't question it, right? Okay, but now the crash makes sense. The crash makes total sense. Okay. Okay, is there anything else deleting? Or did we catch all of them? Oh, we might have catched all. Unless there are some sneaky ones that are not deleting in the same line, so we maybe have to check all manually. Oof. Oof. Yeah, let's review all of them just to make sure. There could be one, like sneaky one, where it deletes on a separate line, you know? Yeah. Okay, they made this code extra complicated. Yeah. Because if it's too easy, why would you want to do that, right? We don't do easy here. Only difficult to maintain codes. Yeah. Yeah. The more difficult, the better. Yeah. So that the next time you touch it, you will definitely break something. That's the best. The very best. Okay, I don't think I will delete it in the draw functions. Put. Yeah. My gosh. I wonder if we expect a deletion in every separate one. So there is one here in gadget vertical slider, but I don't see one in gadget push button. So I wonder if I'm missing something here. Aha, see, there it's on a different line, but it does set it to null. Okay, so we're looking for the function called system. 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 We can simplify this here to delete that, so it's easier to find that. Yeah, system. Okay, we don't have a deletion here. Yeah. deletion there. System as data list. Could it be that we can search for GWM destroy? How about that? Let's search for this guy. Case destroy. Oof. Oof. Quite a few. Okay, let's take a look at all of them. Okay, this one looks good. Good. Nothing in here. Nothing. 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 Nullify controls. What is that? No idea. Okay. Okay, nothing too much going on here. It's a desert here, very empty. Tear down. Yeah. Yeah. Here we have another one. Yeah, looks fine. That looks fine. Delete. Surprised that there is we should remove that. Here we have another one. Destroy. Yeah. Delete. Tab control. Set. When set user data null. There we go. Here we have another one. Okay, it's good that we look through these. Yeah. Data text. Okay, here we have a bit more going on. To make it easier to search, I would actually say we do delete and this. Yeah. Window set when set user data null. Delete. window when set user data null. This one is already correct. Oof. There's a lot going on here. Lists. Delete list. Aha. Oof. List equals null. This list, it's up here. Oh boy, how big is this function? Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay, we call this delete window set when set user data null. Okay. Combo data. This one. Window set when set user data null. Okay, so I think we have killed all these guys. What we could now do on top, because in some places we have set this guy to null, so maybe here we should also set the window to null when we delete it. Huh? This S to null. S equals null. Not that it matters much, but one less dangling pointer within the function. Yeah. Here we already do it. Oh, what's going on here? Let's put the breakdown here. Inst data, okay. Data. E. And let's set E to null as well. Next. S. S equals null. Okay, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked that this is totally bonkers. No. Probably has to be expected. Okay, I think it looks fine now. Then how about we give that a spin and see what happens. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So at least the dangling pointers should be gone now. Whether or not this all then still works, that is obviously a different question. I expect that it will still be buggy or maybe crashing somewhere else. That's my expectation. Yeah. But okay, we're inching forward. We should probably launch it with a new resolution here, a bigger one. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So. Open a skirmish. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Options. Okay. Accepts. Okay. Okay, it has changed the resolution now without crashing. We do still see the options menu, but we are still trapped in this screen here. Okay, so how do we get past that? At least the crash is gone. I guess that's a start, but this doesn't look good here. This doesn't look good. I wonder if there's something that we need to do with the shell. Or what? Hold on, let me go to the code here. Here, recreate the shell. So what does it do? When it deletes the shell, by the way, why do we set this to null? That doesn't make any sense here. Just recreate the shell. So when we delete the shell, what does it actually do then? What happens on deletion? It destroys some windows, background, some window manager, scheme manager, save load menu, pop out, replay, options layout. So it deletes a bunch of menus, but nothing that plays a role with in-game stuff, no? Yeah, I wonder if we have to set some additional state here to get it back to where it was. Yeah. What happens on a reset? Pop all screens, reset, detach. Show shell map, hide, hide shell, hide all shell layouts. Huh. Maybe we need to call this shell hide, and then it will call this here. What is the IME manager? What is that? What does that do? What does it stand? What does IME stand for? What is that? Instant message. IME. Input string. Composing new input string. Probably has something to do with the input, that we can click buttons and so on, right? Yeah. Yeah, very likely. Oh boy. I currently have no clue why stuff happens the way it happens. So I guess what we can do is let's put a breakpoint here one more time. Let's put a breakpoint here. So we go to options, which just changed the resolution. So the shell, what does it tell us? So there's one screen in the stack, which is the main menu. There is, what about the IME manager? Whatever it's called. IME manager. IME manager is has some states. No. Height. Detach. Pop. Detach. Do we ever attach? Huh, it only ever detaches. Wow. Oh, I'm a bit confused about that. Why does it only ever detach? It never attaches. Who's calling attach? That's a good question. Who's calling attach on this guy? Oh boy. Let's search for attach. Let's search for whole worlds, match case. There we go. There we go. Okay. Input focus. Focus. Okay. Input focus. Okay, I think that this IME manager doesn't have much relevance for our stuff. But what we can do maybe is... What happens... I want to know... That's a good idea. I have a good idea. What happens... What happens if we just don't... we don't push any new window? What happens then? So we deactivate all this here. No. So we just create the shell, but we don't create any windows, nothing. No windows. What happens then? Solo skirmish. Yeah. Okay, options. Accept. Delete the shell. Yep. Create a new shell. Okay. Haha. Okay. It looks... it looks very broken. Okay, so we cannot... Okay, so unfortunately I cannot reach return to game, but we can press restart game. How about that? Oh, that has worked. Okay, so restarting game will reset the UI properly. Okay, how about we unlock the resolution here so that in game we can change the resolution. How do we do that? It's probably somewhere here. Yeah, good question. Resolution. Yeah, there we go. There should be somewhere. There should be some place where it deactivates it when we're in game, right? Resolution modes. What function is this? Option menu in it. Yeah, I would expect it to be in here, but combo box resolution. What is this? Let me search for that. Combo box. Aha. When enable false. Aha. If in game and game share or the game spy info. Combo box detail. Yeah. Disable controls that you can't change the options for in-game. Okay, let's say we can do that. Yeah, we are allowed to do this now. Yeah. So, solo play, skirmish, play game. Okay, so let's say, okay, now we can change the resolution here. Let's put that. Okay, now what happens? Okay, so it looks totally broken now. Fair enough. Yeah. Okay, so the game is broken. We don't have any input. We can't do shit. And it crashes. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, maybe that's not the best idea. Yeah. Oof. Command button. Ooh, command button is invalidated as well. Oh. Oh, I see. Oof. Okay. Oof. I think we need to rebuild more of the things. We need to, yeah. There is trouble. I don't think it's, if it's, I suspect it's not easily possible. Yeah. Mm. 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 Okay, so the easiest fix for this problem would be to simply never change the resolution when in-game. Yeah. Yeah, that's the easiest fix. Mm. 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 Yeah. Yeah. The easiest fix is that if a UI option is disabled, that also the processing of evaluating this option is also in accordance with the UI option disabled. Yeah, which is currently not the case. So that's the easiest fix. Getting the whole thing to actually work, okay, changing the resolution in game, that is not such an easy task, because I don't know like how much stuff needs to be done to get that to work. It could be a lot. It could be a lot. Like, so for example, when you unlock a general promotion, right? Then you get additional UI elements. If I was to reset now the UI from scratch, then perhaps this would be lost, right? This general's powers, unlocking, UI unlock, right? So it's things like this. Like there could be a lot of things breaking when we rebuild the UI. Yeah, but maybe, yeah, maybe, yeah. Hmm. 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 Okay. I think no one really expects to be able to change the resolution in the game, right? That would be bonus to be able to do that. That would be bonus. For the most part, I think players will be happy if it just doesn't crash anymore by accident, right? Okay, I think we can do that. Okay, but maybe we can... doesn't matter. Okay, then... Yeah, so we go to this guy. So these are the conditions to disable options. Yeah. Disable controls that you can't change the options for in-game. Okay. Okay. Game and not game shell. Okay. Okay, so what we should do, is this a loose function or what is this? Oh boy. It is, yeah, it is a loose function. Okay, let's create a new function, a static bool is is in menu. Is that fair? Is in menu. Is in main menu. There we go. Okay, and there we put these options here. It's a main menu. Okay, but this condition is written for is not a main menu. Where we could write it like this, if not all this. In game. Is in game and is not game shell. Okay, we can say bool in game is in game equals that. Take that out. Okay, and then we say this and not that. Is that correct? It's a main menu. It's not game spy info. And it's not in game. I think that's correct. And then we put here, we remove this again. We say if it's a main menu, if not it's a main menu, then we disable all these guys here. So what we have disabled is the resolution, the combo box detail, check send delay, button firewall, and the IPs. Yeah. Okay. Okay, and then here we say resolution. Some description, bit depth. Do we have to call this here? Probably not. Or do we? No idea. Probably just check here if not, if it's a main menu, and that. What is happening with these guys? What is this alt disk settings here? What is that? Oh, I see. Okay, it's a main menu. What other things do we have in there? Let me take a copy of this. So the combo box LAN IP. Man, this is so unreadable here. Let's put some spacings here. Okay. So, combo box LAN IP. Combo box LAN IP. Let's see. Resolution. Okay, so the combo box detail is also not supposed to be called. Then how about we make sure that it is not called. Okay, what else? The button firewall refresh, send delay is checked. Okay, I don't think we need to gate that. Combo box online IP. Combo box online IP. Combo box online here. Then here we also add this check. Main menu. Okay, I think this will protect all the combo boxes now. Yeah. Okay, let's try that. Okay, this identifier is not found, which is understandable because it's down here. We need to move it higher up because this is not a class. This is just a good old C style. C style. Here. Then we put it here. Is a main menu. There we go. You go voids here. Yeah, let's put some. So boy. In main menu. It's a bit redundant, isn't it? Return. There we go. In game. Okay. I think that should do. Okay. Then let me set a bad resolution again. Bad, quote unquote. Okay, so it doesn't show here our current resolution, but we can now select an option. Okay, let's go in game, skirmish. Yeah. Now we open the options menu and we cannot select. Yeah, all these things are disabled. Now we press accept and it doesn't change resolution. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, I think that is a good enough fix for now, right? Obviously, the best case would be that you can change the detail and the resolution in here, but that's more like a stretch goal. These things disabled here, that makes sense, right? It doesn't make sense to, well, in Skirmish, you should be able to change these, right? But in online, yeah, it doesn't make sense to change the online IP while playing, right? Yeah. So I think also that is weird here, that this is still enabled. Shouldn't we also disable this here? The firewall port override and HTTP proxy? Maybe. Probably. Does make sense that this is enabled. What is it called? Firewall. Firewall. Here. Firewall. What is the other one? HTTP. This one. So we should probably also disable these guys, right? Which you can probably do down here. Do these guys have tests or not? Let me see. Yeah, it does. Does this have tests? Yes, it does. What about the other guys here? Check send delay. Doesn't have tests. What about this guy? Huh? Button firewall refresh. Does it do anything? Ah, here it does. It does something. Maybe. Okay, why is this one not tested here? But the online IP is weird. Weird. Yeah. Okay, but these guys, we can also put them down here. Yeah, it's a bonus fix, I would say. Bonus fix. Good, so. Win enable, false. Win enable, false. Okay, let's see where this guy is used here. Used here, translate. Okay, I have no idea what this does here, if anything. It sets the firewall port overrides here. Yeah. I would say we actually do it differently. We say we do if that, then we go in here. And then we put this here, IP. And here as well, IP. There we go. I'm a bit surprised that it doesn't set. Like, what does it do with this IP address here? Okay. So I think what we do is we also put this around here and here. And here and here. Okay, I think that works. Then let's put this here back in. Okay, can we simplify this stuff here maybe? Maybe we can. Let's see. Anyway, let's first test. Let's test this first. Yeah. Okay, but I think we have a collection of nice fixes. We have the dangling pointer fix for one thing, disabling the resolution change in game, and we have also made some changes for the way it restores options menu after changing resolution. So that's nice. Not a big thing, but It's nice. And then also locking these 2 additional text fields. Yeah, so it's 4 changes altogether. 2 of them are big, 2 are minor. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's see. So, yeah, so these are now also disabled here. I think that makes a lot of sense. Now, basically all network options are disabled. I think that's fair. That's fair. Okay, cool. I think we can work with that. Now, in regards to the main menu, when we change the resolution here, then I wonder if we can simplify this code here. So right now it is retrieving the screen stack infos, and then it is pushing that and sets it to is hidden. Hide. I think for courtesy we do put it to null here. It's the right thing to do. Just looks a bit less confusing, I think. Okay. Recreate control bar. So, yeah. Restore the options menu. Okay, we need to put this function as a function somewhere. Yeah. By the way, I think we can. I think we can simplify this too. We can remove this struct. We can remove this, and we make it a ASCII string, and we call it stack string screen stack names, and then we just do this names resize then here ASCII string name names, and then here what we do is simply the shell hide. What is hide shell doing? Clear background. Is shell active? False. Hide shell. Hide true. I think we can do that. Actually, I think this one is here more flexible. I think this is more flexible. Okay, and okay, where do we want to put this? It needs to be accessible in the main menu and in the options menu. Let me see what they include here. They include shell, in-game UI, game client. It doesn't belong into shell, no. Or does shell have any loose functions? No. No, it shouldn't go in there. We need some general menu function. Options menu, options. Main menu, .cpp. Main menu CPP. Yeah, I'm surprised that the main menu is not including an options menu. Yeah. Extended message box. What is shell hooks? Okay. Campaign manager. Maybe we add a new file. maybe. Let's think. Yeah, we need to put it somewhere. I don't know where to put it. Maybe we call it shell util. Is that fair? Shell util dot h. Shell util dot cpp. Okay. Then we search for this shell cpp here, here, shell util. Then we search for shell.h. That is shell util. Okay. Then we compile that. Okay. I need water. Okay. So we have shell util. No? Yeah. Shell util. I think I have quite a few files open here. How about... That's okay. Good. So shell. Then let's take a copy of this guy. Put that here. Put here. Sabagas. Okay. Then this is pragma once. And then... pre-RTS. Let me take a copy of that. go. The super is okay, there we go. Includes shell util .h. That's the wrong folder. Game client. Game client. Okay, and basically what we do here is we put a new function. How about we put namespace shell? That's already a class, right? Shell. Shell util. Shell util, and then we go to our options menu. Options menu. Here. Then we create a copy of this thing here. Copy. And we create a function, void, recreate shell. How about that? Recreate shell. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. Then we put it into a namespace here. Namespace shell util. How about we make it shell util shell shell. Maybe just lowercase shell. Is that fair? Maybe. Okay, and then we include game client shell.h, and we include window layout. Include game client window layout.h. Okay, anything else? In-game UI. Where's that? In-game UI.h. Okay. In-game UI.h. Okay. 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 Then we can take this guy and we put it here outside. Maybe put it into an anonymous namespace. Okay. Recreate control bar. Recreate control bar. Maybe we should just have a function in the shell which says recreate. Ah, no. The shell is not part of it. No, I think it's fine. It's a standalone function. Yeah. Okay. Good. Then we put that here. Recreate shell. Okay. Okay, and now we should be able to call this in both game menu and game options. So here we simply call shell recreate shell, and we need to include that file, shell util. Yeah. And then here, shell. Options menu. Where's the main menu? Here. Then here we call the same. Recreate shell, and we remove this. There we go. And then here we also include this file. Shell hooks, shell util. Okay. Let me see if there's any other place that recreates a shell like this. Let's search for, I don't know, recreate control bar, for example. Nope. How about we search for delete the shell? No, should be fine then. Okay. Then we say here, collect properties, collect states of the current shell. Recreate the shell. I mean, can do this. Okay. Restore the screen stack. Restore the options menu. Recreate. Well, doesn't need extra. Yeah. Okay, I think that's good. Yeah. Okay, let's see if that compiles and runs. Okay, compiles. Okay, let's see if we can properly change the resolution and the options menu. Yeah, so ideally the options menu always comes back, right? So we go in here, we change it to this resolution, we press accept. Now the options menu is here in the background, we cannot click it, but we can click this here. Now we press cancel, and that goes back to the main menu. Okay, that's unexpected. That destroys the options menu. Okay, that destroys the options menu. Let's see what happens here. Let's search for this guy. Decline resolution. Decline resolution. Okay, where's this called? Okay. Go message box. Yeah. I think we need to put a breakpoint in destroy in here and see who is calling this bullshit. Oh, we cannot put a breakpoint? Why not? Why not? What is this? Did we touch anything? No. Oh. Okay, I don't know why we cannot put a breakpoint in there. Is this now never called or what? Where are my breakpoints? Yeah. Huh. Is no one calling this? Or what is happening here? Destroy options layout. It is called here. Okay, but we cannot put a breakpoint. Let's put a breakpoint here. Also not. Oh. Right. I know what the problem is. We didn't write out the new files. Yeah. There we go. Typical mistake. Good, so we go to options. Good, so let's try that again. There we go. And now we press cancel and voila. Oh, was that correct? Hold on. That looked a bit weird, didn't it? Let me see that again. Yeah, it looks weird. The animation looks weird here. Oh. Yeah. The animation looks weird. It draws over the options menu. It looks a bit glitchy, yeah. Okay. Can we maybe tell... Can we tell this screen, this window, to skip its animations? Can we do that? Let me see. Here, window layout. Yeah, good question. Load, hide, hidden, bring forward. Bring all windows in the screen forward. There's not much options here. There is a screen somewhere, something animation manager, right? Window animate window manager. can we do something here? Set finished. Set finish. Animate window. Set finished. Set if the animation has finished. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, we can probably merge some of those changes here. Let me see. I think this one can be merged, right? Yeah. Yeah. Unless something else should be merged first. Let me see. What is the current commit stack? Yeah, let's merge this one. Yeah. Okay. I think we can also merge this one here. Okay. Okay. So it would be good if we can somehow tell the main menu to please finish the animation immediately. Yeah. I don't know if that's possible. Just start game window. Needs to finish. Enum type. Slide right. I mean, the issue is twofold. Either it's the animation or that the animation draws over the the priority of that. It seems to draw over yeah, made window. Yeah, get options layout. Recreate the shell. How about we call this screen info? Can make it const as well. And here we can copy that. Okay, how about we name this layout as well? Then we put this here. Push, hide. Hide false. Options menu layout is hidden unexpectedly. Okay, looks pretty clean, but yeah, I don't know how we can avoid this animation. We would need to somehow tell it to either render the animation behind the options window, right? Or how can we do that? There's more glitching, right? So also like there's one frame where you can see it doesn't look quite right for a split second. But that's a timing issue. Yeah, I don't know how we can prevent that. It probably does it right away when we push it in here, right? It will pending push name, do push here, and then bring forward, run in it, bring forward. So let me first figure out where this animation really comes from. I suspect it's from here, right? But I could be wrong. Register game window. Let's let's put a breakpoint in here. How about that? Oh, it's not that. It's not that. Okay, now what is it? I think there's something called a window fade, right? Window fade. Fade transition. Transitions. Right, transitions. Transition. Full fade transition. Screen crossfade. Okay, we need to figure out which transition it exactly is. Fade between two different rendered frames. No. Black and white. Screen motion blur. No, that's something else. This shader manager here. Window transition. Let's search for that. Here, transition window. There we go. Transition window. Okay, and how is this used? Transition group. Game window transitions. Transition group, transitions. Okay, who is creating this? Fire ones. What? Game window transitions field path. Ugh. Path window transitions. Here, flash. Transition flash button. That's the one, right? Main menu. No, I think it's this one. The button transition flash. Maybe. Game window transitions. Case. Button flash transition. Flash transition. Okay, let's search for flash transition. Yeah. Maybe these transitions, they don't have any they don't have any concept of order. They just always draw on top, right? So I think the best bet would be to simply not have this transition, or have it like an instant transition. How do we do that? I don't know. Draw state. Basically skip. Ah, there's a skip function. Okay. Can we somehow... How can we get hands on the skip? Is anyone calling this? Game window transition, skip. Okay, transition window, skip. Skip. Okay. Now the question is, can we somehow get the transition window of the main menu? Somehow. Let's search for transition window. Who's using it? Game window. Game window is using it. Look at that. Transition windows. Game window. Let me see. Game window. Does it have something like skip transition or something? Skip. My gosh, there's so many functions in here. Unlink. Unlink from transition windows. It's protected. Okay, but I suspect what we can do is somehow... Let me put a breakpoint in... shell util. Yeah. Shell util, there we go. We put a... Somehow we can't put a breakpoint here because we touched it. Okay, let's recompile. Yeah, let's put a breakpoint here. And let me see if it has a, what was it called? Transition window? Transition window at this time. Yeah. If yes, then maybe we can just, we can just tell it to skip all transitions. Yeah. So we have options. We click here. Okay. So now the shell contains one screen here, and this window has not much. Window list. Window list. Yeah. And that window has transition window is 0. Oh. It has 0 transition windows in here. Okay, but if a transition window is created now, when would that happen then? How about we put a breakpoint here? Oh. We have a crash. Okay. Well, that is unexpected. What? How's that possible? What? How did it get here when 1 is not smaller than 1? How did that happen? What? Okay, I'm confused. Let me de-optimize this. Pragma optimize off. There we go. That's weird. That's really not what I expected. Yeah. Let's try that again. By the way, we should probably lift the screen index out of here. Yeah. Okay, here we have a transition created. The window manager. Okay. Transition window. Unlinked transition. Okay, window. Link. Let me put a breakpoint here. Okay, here we have it created. Look at that. Init. Init. Main menu input. Main menu input. Okay, what is it doing here? Main menu input. Main menu fade. What? Main menu input. Set group. Not shown. Not shown. Menu input. Not shown. Set group. The transition handler set group. Immediate. This will be the next group to fire off. Set group. Immediate. Skip pending. Remove. Main menu fade. I have no idea what the hell that is. How this is supposed to work. Transition handler. Transition handler. Set group. Default menu. Now the question is, which of these two is it? This one, this one? Why are there two? Oh man. That doesn't make it easier. Reverse. What happens if we set this guy to true? Immediate true. Immediate means it skips it. Look at that. So maybe if we set the default menu to skip, maybe that will work. Shall util? Maybe. The transition handler. Game window transitions. Game fame game man game window transitions, and then we put that here. And then here we put true. Immediate, please. Let's see. Let's see if that works. Now it might be that this means that this transition is now always permanent, which would mean that when we close the options menu, we would have to set it to false again. Yeah, Let me set it here to true, by the way. And this as well, true. Okay. Oh shit. Okay, let me disable this breakpoint on this one. Oh no, I deleted it. Okay. Okay. Now I didn't see the animation. Let's go back again. Let's launch it again. Okay, the animation looks normal. Now we go into the options, we change, and we remove this breakpoint, and we have a crash. Okay, why do we have a crash now? What is this? What is this? Okay, this layout is null. Okay. Oh, right. I'm stupid. By changing the order, totally messed up the logic here. Okay. Right. Good. Let's see. Okay. Oof. Animation now plays twice. Pff. Okay. Now that is unexpected. True. I wonder, does this window layout maybe have access to some who knows? Yeah, I don't know how this is supposed to play out here. Let me search for set group, how it's used in other places. Fade whole screen. Main menu fade. True. Main menu fade. Default menu. Okay, let's search for this one. Let's see where it's called in many places. Aha. I see. Button single back. Aha. I see. Maybe we need to. Maybe it helps if we put a breakpoint in here. If group name equals this name, then we just put a breakpoint here. I may just put some code here so we can put a breakpoint. There we go. Let's see who is calling this. I mean, we are calling it now one extra time. That's why we see it twice. So I guess there's something else also calling it to trigger this. Let's see who does it. Okay, so here we have a call from main menu input. Makes sense, yes. So if we now go to load and now we go back, it should also trigger, and it triggers from here somewhere. Oof. The optimization has made it really bad to look at. How about we de-optimize this file, makes it easier for us. Let's do that again. Okay. So we click on load, back, and this one is called from here. From button load replay back. Yeah, makes sense. Okay. Now we go to options and we click on cancel, and that will not trigger this. Yeah. Okay, then let's go options and we click on here, we click on accept. And now we got one call here because of our recreate shell, yeah. And that's it, just one. Huh. Okay, so that means it plays it by default once, okay. Without explicitly instructing it to do. Okay, then how how can we tell it to skip this one time? Set group, set group, set group. How do we do it? Set group. Main menu, default menu, yeah. Immediate. Current group skip. It just means immediate means it skips whatever it is currently playing and then starts with a new group. It doesn't mean that it skips the new group. I see, I see. Okay, so this needs to be different. Okay, transition handler. Get new group, find group, private. Current group skip. Skip. What is this function? Skip. Decision. Okay, do game windows have any association to transition group? Or not? Find group. Skip. They don't. It looks like this transition group is pretty much confined into its file. Okay. Transition window list. Okay, how about we search for game window. Game window. So that one knows about the transition windows. Okay, how about we put a breakpoint in link transition window? There. So, accept. Oh, here. Okay. Aha. Oh, it is because of. All right. Okay, let me compile again with this one removed. It's quite a bit tricky, isn't it? No. Yeah. It's quite a bit tricky. Okay, so good. So put a breakpoint here. Then we go to options. We change this, and that puts a breakpoint in here. Set group. Set group. Menu logo fade. Menu logo fade. Okay. This happens. It shall update. Shall update. So what we could do is, when it runs this update, screen stack. So this window layout will menu logo fade, set group, just entered. Main menu updates. So here we could, no, we can't. Yeah, we could set group, and then afterwards we could skip it, maybe, right? Set group. Set group immediate. Skip. Files. Current group. Init. Group name. Group. Init. We could add another argument here and call it skip. Set group skip. Yeah. Let me put a bookmark here. Yeah. Okay, and is this the only one, or is there another one? There's another one. What else is there? It's that again. Okay, there's multiples. Okay, so the menu logo fade has multiple thingies going on. Yeah. Okay, my suspicion is that if we can make this thing skip, skip pending, remove. What happens if we remove this thing? Let's see. Logo fade. Man, why do they have so many typing errors here? Jesus Christ. This is when people don't read the comments they write. Like, if you just read this, I mean, even without the red line underneath, if you just read it, resolution, you should realize that it's misspelled, right? Especially if someone is native English. Maybe that guy is not native English. Yeah. Okay, so now I didn't see the animation. Let's go to load, back. Okay, it still shows this animation. Oh, wow. Okay. Now we see nothing. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so the menu logo fade somehow is pretty critical. Why are there so many main menu transitions? Different ones. What is this? Man. You look how much there is. So much main menu shit here. Oh man. Main menu, default menu, logo fade. Okay, but it seems that this one is pretty critical. So maybe what we can do is we can... Let's go in here. Set group. We add a bool skip true. We fix here the typo. I think it's spelled like this, right? Immediate. Bool skip. Skip false. And we say here, if skip then skip. Yeah. Okay. Current group. Reverse. Init. Pending group. Current group. Init. Pending group. Reverse. Group. Okay. Let me delete this here. Then also let's put the same shit here. If skip pending group skip. Okay. I don't know if that will work correctly, but maybe. Okay, and then we go back here and we put immediate false and skip true. Let's put a bool immediate false bool skip true. Immediate skip. Let's see if that does anything. Okay, so here we have the transition. Now we go to load. That works normal. We go to load replay. Back. That looked pretty immediate, didn't it? And there wasn't even a sound. Nice. Okay, let's see what happens here. That worked. That works. Now the question is that enough at this place? And we only wanted... Oh. We only want this to be after the options menu, right? So if we go here, load replay, and we come back, then this shouldn't happen, right? So it's only for when after we do this. Yeah. Okay, so that we can do that. It looks a little bit glitchy, the whole transition, right? Because you have this flicker, you have the background flicker here. But it's a bit better, isn't it? It's a bit better. Yeah. Maybe we should say initial gadget delay 1. Just enter. What happens if we put this guy in our shell util? Let me comment this here out. Yeah. This whole thing. We go into our shell util. Yeah. And then we put this here. This one, set group. And then we put this to false and this to true. Okay, what happens then? Basically, I would like to get rid of this one delay thingy, right? Yeah. Let's see. This delay frame. So we go to options, accept. Okay, that looks much better. Yeah. Okay, so we can do that. Now the question though is, what happens if we put that back? This one. What happens then? This one. So we put that back with a default. So I'll make a copy of this. So it was like this, right? If I'm not mistaken. So what happens then? Will it then like immediately appear and then still make a fade afterwards? It's possible, right? That's possible. Yeah. If that's the case, we need to tell the main menu to not do that. Skip that step somehow. Let me see. Options. Yeah, that doesn't work. So we need to tell it to not do this here. Initial gadget delay. Just entered. Just entered. Initial gadget delay. Just entered. Okay. For initial gadget delay. Why does it set it to 2 here? Initial gadget delay. What is this? Oof. Oof. I have no idea what that is. I have no idea. Just enter true, initial gadget delay 2. We are very close, I would say, but I have no clue what the hell, how we control it best. Why is it 210 here? And everywhere else is 2. That doesn't make sense. Why is it 210? Why is it 210? Is that a gimmick? Well, that's weird. It's a static initial gadget delay 2. Main menu init. Main menu init. Set focus. Parent main menu. Just entered. Just entered. Main menu update. Main menu update. Can we somehow check if this group is already there, then don't do it or something like this? Like, can we somehow say, check, okay, we already see those buttons. Don't show them again because they're already there. Can we do that? I wouldn't know how. I don't know. Let me search for this in the game data. Game patch. Logo fades. Okay, there we go. Logo. Win name. Logo. So maybe what we can do is let me search for this string. Oh, it's not found. Here, main menu, W and D. Win game window. There we go. This guy. So get win from ID. What is this parent shit? Probably this. Main menu, logo. Logo, window. If logo window, it puts like a dependency. That's not good. Let me do get group. Shit, is there no get group? Find group. Why is that? That's private, right? Why is that private? Group name, find group, transition group, get name, add window, transition window list, transition window list, transition window list, this transition. Yeah, so I wonder if we can get why is this public firewalls? I wonder if we can say if we can say this window shit. Transition window. I'm not sure if this will work. Okay, so basically, how about, so here we have set group and we add a new function here, find group const, find group const, yeah? And then here we do this, this, and then we do return const cast this, that, find group name. Okay, and then in the main menu we should now be able to find group here. Okay, and then it's inaccessible. Okay. Okay, then let's give it a different name. Find get new group, set group, get group, I don't know, get group, get group. Okay, and then that one gives us a transition group. Make it a const, and then in this transition group we could now say fire once, Jesus Christ, transition group, and in here we ask how about for starters we simply take a look at it. Yeah, take a look at it, what its state is, before we add any more code. Okay, that has failed. Oh, void transition group. Yeah, this change is quite some journey. Okay, so we click on options, we click on that, and we click on accept, and boom. Okay, now we take a look at the transition group. So there are these thingies in there, yeah. Okay, and they do link to window, and the window tells us that that this window is not hidden. Status 136. Oof. So I suspect that what we can do now is we check that all windows are already visible. Because if that's the case, then we don't need to do this again, right? That's my theory here. I think that would be an elegant approach. So we can add a function here and say I would say we do skip. Let's do a bool get visible or get hidden window count const. Get hidden window count. Skip. Okay. Okay, so, and then in here we do for do this, yeah. Const iterator. And then we do transition window. Twin. And then we do mwin. Is that public? Yeah. Let me say if that is not null. Jesus. If that is not null, then if not null, if twin is hidden, win is hidden, and then we have here, we need to return an integer. Int count 0, and then plus count, return count. Plus it. Yeah. Okay, and now my hope is that when we go back to main menu, I think. Oh boy. Main menu here. Let's put a bookmark here. We already have. Okay, and then so here I would like to put a if transition group get hidden window count equals 0. So no windows are hidden. They are all visible. Then only we say if not that, then we do the fade. Yeah. Then we do the fade. We can also do a const char, const transition name equals this here. Then we put that in here and then here. Yeah. If this works, then I think that would be great, because then the state of, like, if the transition is already done, comes from the transition itself, which I think is the best. Yeah. And then it adapts to, like, if it is this transition needed or not, right? Because if all of the windows here are not hidden, then I make an assumption though. I make an assumption that that they are hidden. Maybe that's not the case. Oof. Yeah, I make a big assumption here, but maybe it works. It could be that it doesn't work. Yeah. But then maybe there's some other status that we can test, like is visible or something like this. Okay, so so right now we see everything. If we go to load replay, and we go back, we don't see animation. Oh shit. Okay, that's bad. Let me put a breakpoint here. That's bad. That means it does not work correctly. Maybe there's a different status that we can check. Yeah. So we go to load replay, back. Okay. So transition name is there, transition group is found, and then we go in here and none of the windows will be hidden. Okay, can we take a look at those guys? Oh boy. Do we have access to this? No, we don't. Shit. Let's finish this function. Transition group. Can we put that in our watch? Yes. Transition group, size 8. Okay, let me see. Window. Oh. Okay, so the window is null. Okay, well, that's not helpful. That's not helpful. hidden window count. Yeah, I think we need to first check if we actually have. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, we can check. Hidden window count. Transition window. Transition. How about we have another function, int get linked game window count const. Get linked game window count. Or we do is, how about we make a very specific function, is get hidden window count. Maybe we just have to say, maybe we just make the assumption that, I don't know, get hidden window count. Get linked game window count. Get linked game window count. Get linked game window counts, and then we say get linked game window counts. Counts. So maybe we can say transition group get linked game window counts equals 0. But it's not very telling what this means exactly. It's not a good function. It's really not a good function. We need a function like int get hidden. How about get hidden? Game window count, get hidden. Get hidden game window count. Shit. I'm really not sure. So the problem is, what if there is another transition that is not this exact one, but it's a similar one? So right now this doesn't have any links because we haven't played this transition yet. That's my guess. So I think we would need to look up each individual window in this transition. We could do that, yeah. So instead of doing this, the game window, what's it called? The game window manager. Game window manager. The window manager there. The window manager. Is hidden. The window manager. Get window. How do we get a window? By name. Can we find a window somehow by name? Let's search for ASCII string. ASCII string. There's no find window function. That can't be. I think I just find window. Main menu, W and D. Here, that's the one. So, game window star win. There. From ID, parent. What is parent? Shit, I don't know what the parent is. I don't know. Can we pass null? Window. maybe. Let's try null. And then transition window, win name. So we have this twin game win. And then we do twin mwin. No, twin win name. There we go. Maybe we can do if if we can do this. If it's not null, then we check this. Yeah. Else we go by name here. Game window const. Or not const. Game window. Okay. And then if game win is not null, then game win manager is hidden. Game win if is hidden if plus count. Maybe we also use this here. Okay. I don't know if that will work, but let's take a look. I know I need to go back to main menu. Ah, shit. Main menu. Here. Hidden. Is not 0. Okay, let's see what happens. Basically, it should return 0. That's the desire. Right? No. Let's see. So, load replay. Back. Okay, so. Now we have here a link. No, that's just garbage, isn't it? Game window. Is hidden. Count plus plus. Okay. Is hidden. Okay. Okay, so it is now counting the hidden ones. Okay, that's great. Okay, so it should the result should be 8 now, right? Oh, we can't see it, but okay. And now it makes this transition. Okay, let's see that again. Load replay. I'm back. And now we see this. Okay, and now we go to our options and we change the resolution and we accept. And it works. It works. Okay, cool. Let me put a breakpoint here again. Accept. Yeah, so it goes in here. And now it has this link. And it is not hidden. It's visible. Okay, cool. That works. Yeah, then we can do that. That's perfect. So now we change the resolution. And there's no transition in the background. It just looks all good. Then and the same would happen if we press on cancel. Yeah, looks good. I mean, there's still some jank here with like the transition of like it doesn't look optimal, but it looks good enough, I would say. It looks good enough. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, I will take a break here because there was quite a lot of work. Yeah. I just hope that nothing else is breaking now, but it seems to work. Yeah. It seems to be okay. Okay, cool. Then I will take a break here. Probably has been, I guess, 3 hours 30? 3 hours 40. Good guess. Good. Then, yeah, take a break here. I wish you a great day or night. Until next time. Goodbye.